Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Starting from Scratch. After last week's string hand pizzicato and ricochet, which are all actually quite virtuoso things, though not in the way that I'm doing it, this week's episode is going to be less spectacular and in a certain way more difficult. Bow technique, I'm going to show an exercise which for beginners is very difficult but very necessary for beginners because it gets the hand used to the fingers being independent of each other. Because just like our string hand fingers have to be independent, so do our bow hand fingers have to be independent because they have individual jobs to do. And one has to be able to control that. String hand technique, I'm going to go into how much to press down the string, because I noticed that's something which I've been doing fairly instinctively when I play the normal way around, always watching out not to press the string down too much. But this became a whole new issue as a beginner, because sometimes I wasn't pressing the string down enough, sometimes I was pressing it down too much. So that's not going to be very spectacular, but very interesting and definitely something one should go into very early in playing the violin. Okay, bow technique. I'm going to do this largely in the upper half because this is going to be difficult enough already. What I want to do is I want to lift second and fourth finger off the stick and put it back on again. Off the stick and put them back on again. And I'm already noticing, this is an exercise when I play the normal way around, I can do it, it's not difficult. But I notice even with the bow in standstill, just resting on the string, I'm not even sure which one is my second and fourth finger. I hope that, yeah, that's right. But I can't feel it. So it's a coordination exercise, very unspectacular, very difficult, but very healthy. Let's see if I can do this. I'm not so worried about it sounding really crappy. What worries me is that I really don't know if I'm lifting the right fingers. So this is something which I'm going to have to practice. This is an excellent exercise. It's not exactly fun, but I can really recommend this exercise to everybody. Now I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to try to lift first and third finger. Do this with the bow in standstill first. That seems to work a bit better. Let's see if that works in motion. Yes, that seems a little bit easier. I have to, when I want to lift first and third finger, I have to put my concentration onto second and fourth finger because those are the ones staying on the stick. Now let's see if this information helps me with lifting second and fourth finger. I'll do it in standstill first. Yes. Nearly. Yes, I have to feel first and third finger because those are the ones staying on the bow. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. I'm hesitating because I'm not quite sure which fingers are which. Let's try this in motion. I even had to check to see if I was lifting the right fingers. So much for coordination. That's why I have to practice this. Now I'm going to try lifting the middle fingers, second and third finger. That'll probably be easier. Yes, that's easier because I've still got the first and fourth finger frame. Let's do that. yeah, I'm not sure which fingers I'm lifting. I don't feel it. So that tells me that this exercise is good for me, important. When I play the normal way around, I can actually alternately lift first and third, and then second and fourth, first and third, second and fourth, and I can do that while pulling a comparatively smooth bow. I wonder if I'll ever get that far doing it this way around, but I'll try, alternately lifting them. Well, nearly. Very, very difficult. But I'm already noticing that I'm feeling my fingers better just after these few minutes of practicing this exercise. So this is really an exercise I can recommend to everybody, because one does start feeling each individual finger of the bow a bit better. Okay, string hand technique. It's very interesting because I only recently made a video about the fingers of the left hand, the string hand, and I stressed very much in that video not to press the string down any more than absolutely necessary, because it's not necessary to press the string down all the way into the fingerboard. And now that I've turned myself into a beginner, I notice I'm making all the beginner's mistakes. At first I wasn't pressing the string down enough, and once I realized I have to press the string down more because my hand doesn't feel it yet, how much the string has to be pressed down. Since then I discovered that I was pressing the string down with every bit of strength that I could find, and I was making exactly that beginner's mistake, because of course that's very strenuous on the hand. It's not necessary, and it's not even good for the sound. So I decided that I'm going to deal with the issue of the up and down of the string hand, and how much do we actually have to press the string down. Now, the first thing we need to know is that when we're playing pizzicato, which is most of my string hand practicing right now still, I don't put the hands together very often because I lose so much quality in both hands when I do that, and I can practice the necessary training exercises better if I don't have to worry about my bow at the same time. So I don't put the hands together very often. So a lot of my string hand practicing is pizzicato. Now, as soon as I play pizzicato, I have to press the string down a lot because it doesn't sound. I'll just show you with the first finger. It's not a proper sound. It's not resonating properly. I have to press the string down all the way. Now, when I play with the bow, it's a good idea not to press the string down as much as one does for pizzicato. So I'm going to just try. I'm going to start pressing the string down all the way to the fingerboard as much as I can, and then I'm going to release it bit by bit to actually feel and find out how much is necessary. Okay, intonation. And now I'm going to release. Okay, that's not enough. Yeah, that sounds best. Okay. You can't see any of what I'm doing on the video because that's just no camera will pick it up, even if I come closer, because one can't see it, one can only feel it. But what I did was I started off pressing the string down all the way, and then I released that pressure a little bit by bit, finding out when I play with the bow, how much do I have to press the string down. Now I found out I have to press it down a lot less than for pizzicato. I also noticed that playing around with pressing the string down more or less has intonation consequences. So everything seems to have intonation consequences, but anyway, it does. But it's certainly a very good exercise to sensitize the first finger to actually work with pressing the string down more and less. I'm going to do the same thing with the second finger now. First pizzicato. Yeah, I have to press the string down all the way for pizzicato, a bit easier for the second finger than the first finger. And now I'm going to play and I'm going to gradually release the pressure until it's clearly not enough. Okay, that's clearly not enough. Now I'm going to add the pressure bit by bit again. Yes, now I didn't go all the way to the fingerboard. It's important when one's playing with the bow that one still feels the vibrations of the string in one's fingertips. If you press the string down all the way, you can't anymore. So that's an important aspect, and just working with that, getting used to that. Also, it sounds better if you're playing with the bow if you don't press the string down all the way. Okay, third finger. Now I'm going to do the same thing, pressing it down all the way. And less. Okay, that's not enough. Okay, apart from the fact that my bow is still sliding around a lot, there again, I noticed when I press the string down not quite to the fingerboard, and I still feel the vibrations of the string in my fingertip, it actually sounds best. I'm doing all of this comfortably in the upper half because I'm concentrating on the string hand. Now, my favorite finger, fourth finger. Yeah, very strenuous for the fourth finger to have to press the string down all the way. Same exercise. Okay, now it's a harmonic, a little bit more pressure. Yes, most resonance when I'm not pressing the string down all the way. So this is a very unspectacular exercise, but it's a good idea to do that. And I'm going to be practicing it on all strings, of course, because that's completely different on the G string than it is on the E string. But one does start becoming a bit more sensitive in the fingers to how much I'm actually pressing down the string, and that's more important than one thinks. In a way, I'm still at the stage where I'm really happy if I hit a note at all, or if I can correct it and it's in tune. But how much one presses down the string is an important aspect of violin playing, and I find it very interesting that also this way around, not pressing the string down all the way sounds better. And you have to have quite a lot of control in your fingers to be able to control how much you're pressing down the string. So alone for that, it's a valuable exercise. Hope you enjoyed these exercises, and let me know in the comments if you also find them helpful and valuable, and see you next time.